Good morning to you. Guy Watson here, Bognor Regis Bonsai. Now then, today it's only going to be a short video, and I've got all my trees prepared for tomorrow's club closed show. So I'll be filming, putting those into the car, how I'm going to transport them, and then hopefully get a few videos up at the show itself. But just for now, this is what I'm planning on taking in for, I think I've touched on it before, for the November Tree of the Month competition, which is autumn colour. And this is I don't know if you can see that, Euonymus Alatus compactus, the burning bush, and it should come out with this lovely red coloured leaves. Now I saw a tree of these by Corin Tomlinson from Greenwood Bonsai recently, and he said the leaves do come out a beautiful red, but they don't last very long. Got about a 2 or 3 day period in which to display the nice red leaves. So I'm hoping that in a month's time other leaves will have come out red and we can do something on, we can take this one in. But just for now, just in case it's ready, I thought we'd just try and mound up some soil here and possibly put some moss on it. So that's today's little job. And then I thought I'd show you a couple of updates on some just after a couple of comments that were actually made previous trees by Kenneth de Bont from Belgium. He's asking how trees are going. I was thinking of just showing those two very shortly after this. We just need a little mound in the middle. And I think that looks a bit better. Let me just get some water and then we can put the moss around this and see if it'll hold. Okay, here we are. Let's give this a spray. Let's wet down that soil I've just put on. There we go. Now I've actually raided some other trees that I had around to actually get this moss. I'm just putting this on to try and hold the soil in place. There we go. I have actually got some lovely moss, but it's growing on my slanted bathroom roof. I need a ladder to get up to it, and I'm afraid my legs won't let me do that at the moment. Try and get away with this sharp edge of moss. In fact, I might as well put this rest on just for now. Anywhere. Won't do any harm. Might be able to find some more before the Tree of the Month competition and be able to moss up the whole planting. Right, let's spray that again. Oh, that was clever. Must spend more time pushing it in, as Nigel says. And anybody who does the mossing, you must have good contact. I was trying to rush the job. Oh, let's move that out of the way, you can't really see much with that there. Right. Get that weed out. There, so hopefully those roots will now look a lot better. This is the back of the tree at the moment. Okay. Alright, let's just give you a quick 360. So there's the front, down to the side, to the back. Bit two-dimensional at the back, but hopefully it'll thicken out at the back later. The other side, and finally round to the front. Right, so I think what we do with this, we put it back on the bench, and hopefully the leaves will red up and stay red for a period where I can take it to the show next month. To the, not show, to the club competition, Tree of the Month, Autumn Colour. Right, that's that for now then. Let's get on with a couple of updates. Well, here's one of the trees that Kenneth Devant asked for an update on, asking me how's it going. He's been looking back through some of my videos, which I actually do appreciate. People going back through my videos and having a look. Makes it worthwhile making them. Anyway, he was asking about this Ficus Microcarpa, which from comments, I believe these have been scions put in, Microcarpa scions, into ginseng root base. I mean, I've had to prune some leaves off this after the summer growth, so it was quite bushy out, no ramification at all, so I've cut it back. But it is growing very well after its major root work last year. Now there is one thing I was watching actually yesterday, a video on YouTube by David Easterbrook from Canada, and he was doing some wiring work on one of these ficuses for a customer, and he commented on the trunk. But let me bring you in closer and I'll show you what I mean on that, because I found it very interesting. Right, okay, well looking at this trunk down here, from what David Easterbrook was saying, I mean, I thought all these marks initially were due to wire. But looking at the Ficus Microcarpa that David had for his customer, what he said was it was a three trees that have been braided together, and it gave this mark as it wrapped around. It actually makes sense, because you've got a tree coming here with this root, another one here coming here with this root here, and I think there's another one, I can't really see it, but I think there might be another one somewhere back here, making the third tree that's been braided together, and hence these marks here. I mean, I know the tree's been bent in within an inch of its life. I know a lot of people don't appreciate that, but I got the tree, picked it up for 40 quid, tried to grow the top on, but that didn't take. So I was left with this, and as I say, a braided tree. Like it very much, and it is growing very well. Thank you, Kenneth, for asking. Well, I quite like it, so I will be showing it again. But anyway, that's the update on that one. Growing very well since its major root cutting and sawing in the last episode. Right, another update coming up. And here's the other tree that Kenneth asked me for an update on. Is my Japanese maple emerald lace, which, if you remember, or if you saw the video, the whole tree had lifted out of this pot earlier. It was sitting up that far above the ground on little legs. It had the roots were in a terrible state. A lot of those had to be cut off, and I believe this is why Kenneth, once again, because I was quite vicious with them, has asked, how's the tree going? And as you can see, it is growing very, very well indeed. Every time I come out, I have a look at it, possibly have a cut of the leaves back to the first couple of nodes, like here. So we've got two coming out there, and I chopped this one off here. So yes, it's an ongoing thing and it's growing very well. I'll show you a couple of things that have healed up since I started damaging the callus around the edge of the split, and I'll show you. Right, just in here is where we had a major chop, and what I have been doing, I've been coming around and cutting damaged, scoring inside the thing with my Dremel type tool, and it's now started to roll over nicely, so it's doing very well. So I'm pleased with the way that's turning out. But what we have got down here is a new cut I had to make. So this one also I'm going to have to damage around the inside of here with my Dremel, encourage it to roll over. Oops, let's bring the camera up. Encourage all this to roll over. And I'll be doing that in the spring. I don't think there's much point in damaging it now. So this tree's going to go dormant very, very soon. Anyway, that's another little job to do on this tree in the spring. Encourage that to roll over. But on the whole, the tree's coming on very, very well. I've got this little wiring bit down here to try and encourage this branch to come over this side. Yeah, that's why the cane's there as well, to help stop it going back that far, that way too far. But anyway, the tree has progressed very, very well since its major cuttings, major root work. So there's an update on that one, Kenneth. Thank you very much for asking. It also gave me a chance to do a bit of weeding around the base of my two trees there. So thank you very much. Right, cheerio for now. Catch you later.